Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Thank you so much for clicking over. It means a lot that you guys keep clicking. If you guys keep clicking, I'll keep making. And before I get into anything, there's absolutely no spoilers in this video. I have none to share, and I'd like to keep it that way, so don't worry. But this is what I want to talk about in this video. It's a very interesting twist that could be coming in 42, and honestly, this sounds absolutely crazy. So obviously, take this with a grain of salt, as always. So this all stems from a Reddit comment on the Spoiled Survivor subreddit. And before you say, Spencer, you're on that subreddit? Oh my God, you cheater. No, this is not the case. The way that I found this comment and the way that anyone who wants to see it for themselves can find it is by looking up Survivor 42 Maze Twist Reddit. And when I clicked on the first link, I was taken to a page and a comment that reads, quote, "Rumor has it that the tribes will each be at one end of the maze. At the center of the maze will be an advantage that can be accessed by either tribe, but they have to be able to leave their tribe without being noticed and not get lost in the maze and get there before someone from the other tribe does, which changes daily so that you cannot memorize the pathways." So the first thing that came to mind was, oh my God, this sounds incredible. This sounds like great TV, but also absolutely crazy. Like imagine you sneak away from camp and you show up to this torch-lit maze. It's just like, it sounds absolutely incredible. But before we can get excited, I feel like it's important to look at the individual who's claiming to have this info and claiming that this twist is going to show up in 42. So I did a little digging through his page. Here is his post history. So everything that he's ever posted. And if you're seeing some NSFW warnings, it's because this guy looks up a lot of weird stuff with men from Big Brother and Survivor doing this to themselves. I'm pointing to something on the screen right now that if I said out loud would get me demonetized from YouTube, so let's not say that out loud. This also very, very not so great. Again, he only posted one time about Survivor or Big Brother before this big post that he makes claiming to have this info. He also responds to his own post with more info, which is actually like huge in figuring out whether or not he's telling the truth. So he also says, should mention that because of the changing pathways, finding the water well each morning will be a hilarious struggle. So does this mean that the water well is in the maze? If so, then wouldn't everyone know about it? Like, because you have to go get water, and eventually everyone would stumble upon the maze when they're going to get water. And then he also says, unfortunately, not fake. The maze is also giant. Think Maze Runner meets Survivor. Again, very, very sus. Why is he feeling like he needs to over-exaggerate? It seems like he's over-exaggerating because the Maze Runner maze is absolutely ridiculously large. If you've seen that movie, you know what I'm talking about. Again, it's a gigantic maze. So to me, for him to start making these claims about how it's, Maze Runner meets Survivor, it just sounds kind of fake. And to me, it seems like he's trying to be more performative than anything else. And to me, I personally don't really trust him that much. But we're obviously going off of the fact that, hypothetically, if he was a reliable source, then this info would be true, and this crazy twist could be coming to 42. And so let's talk about the specifics and what could be asked, if this is going to come. And I feel like there's a few specific questions that need to be addressed if we're going to start speculating on what this twist will be. So I think the first and really one of the biggest things for me is what is going to be at the middle of this maze. Is it going to be, like this big, idol? Is it going to be an extra vote, steal a vote? Is it going to be a new advantage that we don't know about? Is it going to be that merge advantage that the knowledge is power one that Liana had, when she tried to take the idol from Xander? Is it going to be a beware advantage? Because they did say that beware advantages were coming back for 42. So it's very, very weird for sure. It's definitely weird. I think overall it's definitely questionable. I would think they would do in a separate advantage that isn't an idol and possibly a new one, because of the fact that this is a new twist. I feel like you have to pair this new twist with a twist or with an advantage that is also new. I feel like to do all of this new stuff for just a good old-fashioned idol seems like it doesn't really pair up well. And although we've already talked about this, again, I would like to know, is everyone gonna know about the maze, or will people only find out through, like clues that are hidden in the jungle, about its existence? Is someone gonna find a clue and then it says, okay, there's a maze thing, here's like the maze location? Does someone have to find several clues to figure it out and then put them together to find it, or does everyone to just know right off of the bat? Again, it's very iffy there. I think it's better to keep it secret, and then if you find an advantage throughout the jungle, then you'll know about its existence. I feel like it would be kind of cool if they hid 6 of these existence clues where it tells you about the maze, at each camp, so that hypothetically, if everyone went out and looked, hypothetically everyone could find their own one and figure out that it exists, because then you allow everyone an even playing field to participate in it. But I feel like it would also result in one person just like finding them all, which is actually kind of cool, because it shows that one person is just working harder than everybody else, but definitely spread them out over the island. My next question is it going to be a day thing or a night thing? Is this going to be something where we're saying, oh, it's torch lit? It's like that challenge in the 31st season. I believe Steven wins it. It's like torch lit at night. I feel like that is what I would personally like. Although having it during the day would be more fun, because the person sneaking away would definitely have more of a task at hand. Although because it's on the same island, it would be easier to sneak away. And so I feel like there's kind of pros and cons. I think at night the aesthetic is better and it looks more like badass, but I feel like during the day would be more fun as far as entertainment wise, because you're getting more intense sneak away scenes than the one in 39 and then 40. To me, those are a lot more meh. It's just not as fun. And so I do think that there's potential either way, but I would prefer a daytime one, just for the entertainment value that comes from somebody trying to sneak away at 2 p.m. in the afternoon. And lastly, is it going to be a pre-merge thing or a one-off or a single episode twist, right? Is it going to be like a one episode twist or a whole pre-merge thing, or even the entire game? Obviously, I'm assuming pre-merge because it does talk about how both tribes will have a shot at it. So I'm guessing it's pre-merge, like an exclusively pre-merge twist. But I think that is definitely something where if it was a one-off, it wouldn't be as cool as an all pre-merge thing, especially because if it's an all pre-merge thing, then people could start to make alliances through there. If it's just one time, it's kind of hard to create bonds with the people that you meet in the maze. And that's also something. Will you be able to meet people in the maze? What if you were able to cross tribal talk, but only if you both snuck into the maze? I feel like that would be so cool. In fact, now that I thought of that, I actually want that to be on the show. Like, that is such a cool idea. But I'm getting sidetracked. This is an interesting twist. Obviously, its validity is always questionable. The source is kind of meh and likes to look at some very interesting subreddits. Let's just say that. But again, what do you guys think? Is it fake? Is it real? Let me know in the comments. I personally think that it's fake, but I think if it is real, it's going to be an absolutely sick twist, and I'm all here for it. Again, none of this happens without you guys. Without you guys, I'm just a weird guy speaking into a weird microphone. And if that's what talked to you guys in the next one. Peace.